we need to modify the figure in our account. We need to modify the figure in our account. Then we can call it as a write operation. So what is the basic operations in the particular any database? Either you can just read the value, what is there in the database in our account, or else we modify. If you are saying all the remaining why they are doing, how they are doing all those particular things, the basic operations on any database is either you can read the value from our account or you modify the value in our account. Okay, that is the reason banks mainly the passbooks reflects only credits and debits. All the remaining to whom you are doing, for what you are doing, all this the remaining. Okay, so our basic operations are read and write operations. The read and write operations are involving only within a transaction. Okay, whatever you are doing, somebody is initiating, somebody is executing some command. Okay, whatever they are doing, we call it as a transaction. Okay, so that is the reason we say a transaction is nothing but not only the basic operation. The definition of the transaction is a unit of program execution. Unit of program execution. You are executing something on the database, whatever the purpose it is, you are executing a unit of program. Okay, the unit of program may contain any type of operations. Okay, any type of operations, any set of operations, but basically you are treating it as a small unit. When you are making the small unit, your intention is something. Until unless your intention completes, your operations or processing is not completed. Okay, so that particular instance, your intention, we are identifying as a transaction as a unit of program, Okay, so a transaction, whenever you say a transaction is a unit of program, in particularly whenever executes, that accesses and possibly updates, accesses and possibly, it's not mandatory. Okay, read operations need not update, but write operations updates. So possibly that accesses and possibly updates various data items in the database. What is the meaning of data items? It is nothing but various column values, whatever you are having in a relation or a table simply. Okay, each and every column value in a particular relation we are calling as a data item. Okay, the only thing is whether you are just reading the data item or whether you are just reading the column value in the table or relation, or whether you want to make any modification is different. Okay, so for simplicity, let we identify a small, once again example, because the examples whatever I given you long back in the module number 1, once again we'll see as part of the transaction management, because here the module is on transaction management. Here the module is on the transaction management. Okay, let you identify small transaction and we'll identify some issues related to the transactions. Okay, so that slowly we'll move into the how a transaction can be maintained healthy, how more than one transaction can be done simultaneously without any problem to other transactions. Okay, first thing is our transaction has to execute it without any problem. Second thing is our transaction should not create any problems to other transactions. If you can do all this particular operations, then you can say our database is working fine. Okay, right. So what is the small example we are taking is you are having two accounts, account A and account B. Okay, that account A is represented by a variable A, account B is represented by a variable B, for simplicity. Okay, what you are doing, you are transferring simply a 50 from transaction A to transaction B, transaction A to transaction B, or account A to account B. Okay, account A to account B. Simply we call it as a single transaction. Okay, when you can say the transaction is finished, when you are reading the what is the value of account A, what is the value present, whether it is containing minimum that $50 or not. If there, then we need to subtract that $50 from the account A. Then we need to modify, because here be careful. Doing the operation A is equal to A minus 50 is not automatically making changes on the database. The read A, our database, is where it is actually maybe in the hard disk. That our database, okay, both account A's information, account B's information are nothing but our database is lying at hard disk. This transaction, what is the duty of this transaction? It has to read the value of A from hard disk, where our original database is lying. From the hard disk, it has to read a value 50 or the value of account A into main memory, because the operations we are doing in the main memory. Okay, later based on the value of A in the main memory are nothing but our RAM, we are performing A is equal to A minus 50. You are getting a new A value. Once again, the new value need to be reflected our original database at hard disk. That is the reason A is equal to A minus 50 we are showing separately. Read A is doing separately. Write A is doing separately. These read-write operations are performed on the hard disk. So the database management system sending a request, because the database, whenever we are executing our softwares, supposed to be occupied in the RAM first. Okay, our required programs are occupied in the RAM, then it is executing there, then it is calling the required values from the memory. So the read and write operations are with reference to operations at a hard disk or at the database which is lying at a hard disk. All other operations, whatever you are doing, A is equal to A minus 50, B is equal to B plus 50, you are performing in the RAM or main memory. Okay, so until unless you reflected the new values which are created at the RAM side in the original hard disk, your operations are not going to finish. That is the fundamental thing we need to identify. So the operation 1, we are reading value of A, account A from the hard disk. Then in the RAM, we are performing A is equal to A minus 50. We are getting a new value. Then we are updating the new modified A value in our original hard disk. Then in the hard disk, account A's information is permanently changed. If we are reading only read A, if you are performed A is equal to A minus 50, suppose write A is not executed successfully. Then your modification is only at RAM end. Your modification is not at the database end, which is at hard disk. Okay, right. So first of all, we are reading a value from hard disk. Then you are making the value of A is equal to A minus 50 at the RAM end. Then you modified the new value of A in the hard disk. Then you are reading a value for B from the hard disk. Then you are doing B is equal to B plus 50 in the RAM. Then you are performing the modified B value in the hard disk. So in the hard disk, you made 2 read operations. You got basic first A value and B value. Then you modified both A and B values in the hard disk or in the database. 2 read operations you performed on the database, 2 write operations you performed in the hard disk in some sequence. Then you can say the operations in the database is finished. Finishing the operations in the RAM is not sufficient here. Finishing the operations in the database side is also required. Without any problem, the database management system will take care how to read values from the database to your RAM and from your RAM to database. Okay, that is the duty of the database management system. Okay, we are having the various modules here in this particular thing. That means in the database. Okay, not in the syllabus thing. Okay, right. So here the thing is, as it is involving between RAM and hard disk, the two main issues to deal with this particular transaction. The operations are between now your hard disk and your RAM. What are the issues that maybe affect our transaction, our operations is failures of various kinds. Failures of various kinds that may occur, such as hardware failure, your hard disk may failure, your transaction that network cable may fail. Okay, because the original the database may be somewhere else. Okay, not only the such hardware failures, you may experience total system crashes also sometime. You may experience system crashes also. This is related to the hardware. Not only this hardware, the issues related to the failures that may occur is concurrent execution of multiple transactions. Concurrent executions of multiple transactions. Let A and B are two accounts dealing with maybe account that persons may be A and B once again. Maybe so for example, C and D also executing some operations. C and D also doing some operations that may involve either A or B. Either A or B. So either A or B is involved, in more than one transaction simultaneously also. Okay. So because for example, in the previous examinations, simultaneously all of us written examinations, simultaneously all of us uploaded our data to the same database. So that is the reason we call it as simply the network traffic. Because of the network traffic, okay, we say some transactions are failed. Some transactions are failed means some of us fail to upload our files into the database. That is because of this concurrent execution of multiple transactions. One transaction may interfere with other transactions also. Okay, that we need to identify. How one transaction may interfere other transaction. Okay, right. So the possible problems are whenever you are doing this particular operation between our RAM and hard disk, that failure can be because of hardware or system crashes or say software. Software means that concurrent executions. Software means concurrent execution. More than one transactions are accessing the same data item. More than one transaction. Transaction is nothing but a small unit of program. More than one program is executing the same data items. One transaction is decrementing the A value. Maybe one transaction may incrementing the value. Okay, so we can't predict whether final A value is incremented or decremented or in any sequence or in any particular sequence. Okay, if everything is executed one by one, no problem at all. Okay, if not executing one by one, everybody is doing it at the same time. Somebody increments, somebody decrements. So we can't predict A is incrementing or decrementing. that is called as concurrent execution of multiple transactions, or because of this particular programs are executed because of the software. Okay, so this is the meaning of a transaction. This is the meaning of a transaction. Okay, so the thing is, in the particular transaction, whether you are executing that transferring amount A from A to B, maybe successfully. Okay, what are the possible that other problems may occur? What are the other possibilities? Okay, where we need to concentrate, where we need to concentrate in order to execute that particular uh, transactions without any problem. Okay, the first problem can be maybe the first problem may be atomicity requirement. The first problem is what is our requirements. When you can say our transaction is executed successfully, atomicity requirement. Okay, forget about whatever I explained you in the module number 1. Once again, we are starting in fresh atomicity. So for example, our transaction is executed successfully up to the step number 3. Our transaction is executed up to step number 3. After step number 3, transaction is failed. Now, what is the meaning of transaction? Once again, a small unit of program. What is a small unit of program? If all these 6 steps together, we are identifying as a small unit of program. What is our small unit? These all 6 statements. Okay, read A is equal to A minus 50, write A, read B, B is equal to B plus 50, write B. All these 6 statements together, we are identified as a small unit of program. Small unit only. Okay, there may be some other steps also in our program. Okay, but basically we identified this small 6 step as a small unit. What is the meaning of unit? We want to execute all 6 statements without any problem. Okay, so for the first thing we need to concentrate is atomicity problem. Okay, what is the thing? Atomicity problem or atomicity requirement. What is the meaning of atomicity requirement? Either all statements need to be executed or none should be executed. Why? Say for example, if our transaction is executed, up to step number 3, our transaction is executed up to step number 3. Later, it is failed somewhere before executing the step number 6. Okay, step number 3 is successfully executed, but I don't know whether it is executed step number 4 or 5. But the transaction is failed before 6. Before 6, definitely the transaction is failed. You can say the transaction is executed up to step number 3. Okay, successfully. After step number 3, our transaction is failed. What happens? The money is not transferred from the account A to account B successfully. The reading and modifying the B value in the RAM is not sufficient. The value has to be modified in our database, which is lying in the hard disk also. Unless the value is modified in the hard disk, RAM is containing temporarily. If the transaction fees either because of the hardware failure or software failure or any other failure, okay, the modification is not reflected in the hard disk. Hence, what happens? From the account A, the value is deducted, but it is not added to the account B. Hence, the account A is losing the $50. The account A is losing the $50. Clear? So it creates inconsistency because it's not correct values, because finally the amount has to be tallied. The amount has to be tallied. Okay, but either because of the hardware failure or software failure, you finished step number 3, but you are unable to finish the step number 6. So it is leading to inconsistent data, incorrect data. Okay, the system should ensure that updates of these partially executed transactions are not reflected in the database. అంటే మన డేటాబేస్ ఏం చేయాలి, ఇక్కడ పార్షియల్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ మాత్రమే ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అయింది, మోడిఫై అయ్యింది కూడాను, బట్ బి మోడిఫై అవ్వలేదు. ఓకే, అటువంటప్పుడు our database management system has to ensure this partial database transaction should not reflected in the database, అంటే ఈ పార్షియల్ డేటాబేస్ మోడిఫికేషన్స్ ఏమైతే చేశామో అవి కూడా క్యాన్సిల్ చేసేయాలి. అది కూడా క్యాన్సిల్ చేసినప్పుడు మాత్రమే పార్షియల్ ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్స్ రిఫ్లెక్ట్ కానట్టు. సో యూ నీడ్ టు whatever the modification you did for the account A, you need to cancel automatically. Nobody is going to issue one more command. The database management system has to do this. Okay, because it is not finished the complete transaction, because it is not completed the complete transaction. It is completed only partial transaction. Okay, but it failed. So it has to cancel all the partial transactions. It has to ensure that. Okay, right. Second point, durability requirement. What is the meaning of durability requirement? Once the user has been notified that transaction has been completed, అంటే అకౌంట్ ఏలోంచి $50 డిడక్ట్ అయ్యి $50 అకౌంట్ బిలో కూడా యాడ్ అయిపోయి ఆ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ యూజర్ కి మనం నోటిఫై చేసాము అంటే అండర్ ఎనీ సర్కమ్స్టాన్సెస్ యూ నీడ్ టు గివ్ అష్యూరెన్స్ all the updations to the database by the transaction is completed, that all the modifications to the database is completed, and even after executing the 6, if the database is crashed, okay, or the hardware or software failed, you have to restore the completed transactions in the database. You have to ensure the completed transactions in the database. Ante statement number 1 నుంచి statement number 6 దాకా అన్ని ఆపరేషన్స్ సక్సెస్ఫుల్ గా కంప్లీట్ చేసేసావు. You modified in the database also. ఓకే, తర్వాత డేటాబేస్ క్రాష్ అయిపోయింది. డేటాబేస్ క్రాష్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత యూ హ్యావ్ ఏ డౌట్ whether the modification to the A and B are completed or not. Okay, but database management system has to take care. It finished that information, that modifications in the database, okay, under any circumstances, and once again it has to as per the notification given to the user. అవసరమైతే మళ్ళీ రిపీట్ చేయాలి ఆ ఆపరేషన్స్. అవసరమైతే డేటాబేస్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద లేటెస్ట్ వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ ఏ, వాట్ ఈస్ ద లేటెస్ట్ వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ బి అనేది ఇంకొకసారి క్రాస్ చెక్ చేసుకుని ఫైనలైజ్ చేసుకుంటుంది. ఓకే, యాజ్ పర్ ద ప్రీవియస్ మోడిఫైడ్ వాల్యూస్. దట్ హ్యాస్ టు బి డన్ బై ద డేటాబేస్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ సిస్టమ్. దిస్ వీ కాల్డ్ as డ్యూరబిలిటీ. ఒకసారి ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ సక్సెస్ఫుల్ గా కంప్లీట్ అయ్యి, ఒకసారి డేటాబేస్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ సక్సెస్ఫుల్ గా కంప్లీట్ అయ్యింది అంటే even after any n number of values also it has to maintain those values. Even after n number of values also it has to maintain the same old values. Maintaining the same old values after values also called as durability. Atomicity ante successful ga complete aithe values final ga untayi, successful ga complete కాకపోతే it has to come back to the previous values. Okay, the operation we are calling it as the atomicity requirement. Once again we are dealing with atomicity requirement, वगैरह. I need to cover some more things. I will cover those things in the next class. Okay, right. If you are having any doubts in this particular thing up to this, okay, up to atomicity requirement and durability requirement, what is the meaning of transaction, What is the operations between RAM and hard disk? We are going in depth in this module. Okay, you can ask me, or otherwise you can give your attendance. Give your attendance.